The key here, and I want you to write this down,
Okay.
is your passion is your path to success. Last time we talked about the passion, right? And I'm going to put it all together for you to give you a formula to make it work. Your passion is your path to success. So what does PASS stand for? Preparation, prepare, action, strategy.
All right.
I don't want you to focus so much on the passion or focus so much on the success. What I want you to focus on is your prepare, action, strategy. The key word here being action, second key word being strategy. If no matter what I share with you today, if you don't do something with it, nothing's going to change. Okay? And that's one of our concepts we're going to talk about today is monetization. I'm not sure if you know what that word means. I'm going to break it down for you later.
What was it?
Monetization.
Monetization.
Yeah, you're going to love it by the time we get finished. Now, the passion, the preparation, or the action, the strategy, success, these are words you hear all the time. I got to prepare, I got to take action, I need a strategy, I need to find passion, I want to get success. But what do these words mean? Now, we throw words out all the time. We think we have a general idea of what they mean, but if you look them up in the dictionary and read the definition of the words, you may get a different answer than what you really expected it to be, all right? So I'm going to define all these words for us, okay?
Okay.
So, a passion. Passion is just another word for love, okay? A love, any object of warm affection or devotion. So something you really like is something you have a passion for. Something that you love, something you have a passion for. I think a lot of times people get too caught up in finding their passion. They overcomplicate the process. So we're going to simplify that whole prior process for you. So you can be sitting on your butt for years trying to figure out, what's my passion? Need to find my passion. And like years are flying by, next thing you did, you never found your passion. But you've been passionate about stuff the whole entire time. You just never really paid attention to what you're passionate about. Okay, the key is to get your passion to pay you. That's what you want to do, get your passion to pay you. If you can do that, then you're not really working. Confucius said that. He said, if you can get paid to do something that you love, it's not really work. Okay? Now, passion, another word up there was prepare. Prepare means to make ready or equip in advance for a particular purpose. I had no clue that I was going to be a speaker when I first started preparing. And while I was preparing to do what I do now, which I didn't know what I was going to do, I was preparing it for something else. So we're going to focus a lot of time on this prepare part. Because you don't even have to know what your passion is, but you can still prepare yourself for something. So that way when it shows up, you're ready to take action and make some money off of it. Okay? Don't wait for the passion to show up to start preparing. Les Brown said it's better to have no opportunity and be prepared than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So most people wait for the opportunity to show up. And then they'll say, oh, I'm just not lucky. Well, the lucky people are the ones who prepared first. Then the opportunity showed up, but they was already ready for it. All luck is when opportunity meets preparation. That's all it is. Because it's about timing. Okay? It's all about timing. You don't know when your time is, but you want to be ready for it. And so, preparation or prepare means to make ready in advance. Time is going by every single year. You have a choice. You can get better in the year, or you can keep having the same year over and over again. See, a lot of people, they talk about their experience. Like, it cracks me up. Because I train a lot of people who are older than me. Like, yo, you're so young, you don't know anything. Well, I've condensed more in my lifetime than most people experience in their whole entire life. I was the first person in my family to go to Hawaii. Alright, I went and then everybody else went. And I didn't even have to pay to go, somebody paid me to go. Because I was on a seminar there. So I got paid to go to 3 different islands in Hawaii. You follow what I'm saying? And how it all happened is I just said one day, I should go to Hawaii. And then like 2 weeks later, I got a phone call, and they were going to call me somebody and say, can you go to Hawaii? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I was talking to one of my friends, who's in my mastermind. Okay, he's a 6-figure income earner. So you remember I talked about your friends and their income and stuff? So he was talking about he went to Hawaii like 3 times. I'm like, man, I haven't been to Hawaii yet. I'm like, I need to go to Hawaii too. Because you went 3 times, I ain't going once. That's not right. So I deserve to go to Hawaii. And then 2 weeks later, after I spoke it, Hawaii showed up. See, you can have instant manifestation. Did you have your hand up? Okay, you can have instant manifestation. I mean, it's possible. How do I know it's possible? Because you read about it every single day when you read the Bible. The question is, do you believe what you read? Some of us are reading that joker like it's a bedtime story.
You know that's the truth.
There was a guy named Jesus once upon a time. And he spoke to the fig tree and it died. Oh, and they fall asleep. Right? No, he spoke stuff and it showed up. Well, if in Genesis it says that you were formed in the image and likeness of a creator, okay? Well, look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror gives you an image, a reflection of who you are. So we are the mirror image of God. Which means all the power that he had to create is inside of ourselves. The challenge is most of us are unconscious creators. Your life you have now, you created it. But you weren't conscious about the fact you were creating it. So everything you have, you caused it. So if you caused it, it means you can change it. Most of us are walking around like victims, which is what victimology is all about. If the Bible says you are more than a conqueror and has surpassing victory through Christ, then why aren't you living that? Why are you walking around being a victim to your circumstances, being a victim to your situation? How do you know you're a victim? Well, look at what you say. If you're complaining, justifying, and blaming, those are all victim things. That's a role that victims play. They blame, they justify, and they complain. So if you see yourself doing that, you know you're in a victim role. You don't have to stay there. Okay, you're not perfect, so don't think you're not going to complain sometimes. Sometimes you will. Sometimes you'll justify. But the key is, how long do you stay there?
That's right.
Jesus complained. He was like, yo, I don't want to die. Right? He said, let this cup pass. But he snapped out of it. Right? That was his human side coming up. Okay? So, we want to start preparing. Action. This is important here. Because if all you do is prepare, you're going to be a really smart broke person. There's a lot of really smart broke people out there. Okay? A lot of times people spend their whole entire lives in college. Which is cool, you know. I have no problem with that. I like those people. Because what I do is I practice R&D. I let them do all the research and development, then I rob and duplicate. Oh, no. See, that's what Bill Gates, that's what leverage is all about. If you want to spend all this time in school getting smart, all right, well then you condense it all for me, maybe in a book or audio, I'll get that, and I'll get your 10 years of school in about an hour. Okay? So you have to apply the stuff that you're going to be learning today. So action means to carry out, put into effect. Strategy. A plan of action designed to achieve a particular goal. I mean, we hear about strategies all the time, especially if you watch sports. When they call a play, that's a strategy. We need to learn strategies to help us get our goals a lot faster. Now, the thing about this is, I hope everyone understands, you don't have to figure all this stuff out. Now, you asked about a formula, right? Think and Grow Rich is that formula. Napoleon Hill met a gentleman named Andrew Carnegie. Does anyone know who Andrew Carnegie is? Okay, Andrew Carnegie was the owner of a steel, Carnegie Steel. I don't know what the proper name of it was, but this is back in the day when they had before stuff. They had a lot of plastics, right? Have you heard of Carnegie Mellon University? Carnegie Hall. Okay, all that stuff has his name on it. Why? Because he gave money to help it get started. He was rich. I mean, like dirty rich. Well, not dirty, because money's not dirty. Let's get rid of that. I cancel that right now. He was good rich.